Wait, what? This has a 91% Rotten Tomato score, certified fresh? Did WWE cut the check? They didn't cut us a check on a big channel like this? Well, shit. I guess I gotta give an honest review. Fighting with My Family is starring Florence Pugh, Vince Vaughn, Jake Loudon, and Nick Frost. It's directed by Stephen Merchant. Okay, basically the story is there's a family who loves wrestling, and they've wrestled their whole life since they were little. And they're a little dysfunctional, give or take. Basically, the brother and the sister get a call from the WWE and say they want them to try out to be in the WWE. They like their tape. That's basically the story. It's about their journey through that. I went to this movie with a friend. Now, he's a big fan of WWE, so I figured it'd be a cool movie for us to go see together. I liked WWE when I was a kid. I loved the Stone Cold, the Rock era, the Attitude DX, all that stuff. When I was like 13, I loved it. It was really cool. I figured I'd go to this movie and get some nostalgia and come out pretty happy. Now, this is one of the worst movie experiences I've ever had in my life, and that's saying a lot. First of all, it feels like a made-for-TV Disney movie. The way it's edited, the way the dialogue is, the way they pace it, it felt like I could have watched this at home on Disney. But like it has a little bit more crude humor. It's so cheesy and predictable. And the two main characters, the brother and the sister, they're so unlikable. The whole movie. Like, I never liked any of these characters the whole time I was watching it. I was like, what is going on? The good thing about this movie is the parents. They're really funny. Like, they're really quippy, really funny. And Nick Frost, he's a vet in the game. He's in Shaun of the Dead and, a bunch of other really good movies. And he's a vet, so I figured he would do the job. And he really did. He was really funny in this movie. Every time he was on screen, I was engaged. But this movie is all drama. A bunch of cringe-worthy moments. They do these like promos, and they're like practicing the promos, and they're so bad. And I mean, sometimes they acknowledge how bad they are because like Vince Vaughn will say like, that was terrible. How could you say that? Like, do it again. But even when they're trying to be serious, it's so cringy. It's like, I'm like looking at my friend. I'm like, really? And he's looking at me like, really? It was bad. Now, their brother is so unlikable. He's such a little bitch. He's a crybaby. The whole movie, I hated this character. I hated him so much. It wasn't for lack of trying because they try to make him be a good character. He's like helping blind kids learn how to wrestle, and it's supposed to make him good. But man, this was bad. Like, he was such a little bitch. Little crybaby bitch. Even the Rock scene, like, he's the big star in this. I see him in all kinds of movies. Even those were forced and really, really corny. I didn't laugh at like one of his lines, anything that was going on with him. I understand it was a true thing in the story, I guess, but no, I wasn't feeling that. And the main character, the chick Paige, she's screwing up so bad. She's screwing up so bad in this movie. I don't even know why Vince Vaughn didn't cut her the first practice they were in. Like, I didn't see what he saw in her, why he kept her on. It didn't make any sense. Like, I didn't see the strength in her, even at the end, on this corny montage to taking care of business. Taking care of business. It was like a girl version of that. It was so fucking corny and cheesy. It took me out of the movie. As soon as that happened, I checked out. I said, this is so bad. It was like Team America. We need a montage. That shit, so fucking dumb. Honestly, I walked in this movie not knowing it was a true story. I thought it was just like a WWE story. And the friend I actually went with, he knows a lot about WWE, especially current, and he had to school me on some of this. Well, apparently, they left out a big part of this movie. And I mean, it was already long enough. I was already like anticipating leaving. Like, I wanted to walk out, but I paid money for it. But they left out a big chunk of her career where she really built up. They made it seem like just the tryouts got her to where she was when she had a whole nother thing that got her to this point. It was crazy. Like, it made it worse for me after I knew the real story and that it was true. It was like, what? I really don't see where this high praise is coming from. Like a 91 on Rotten Tomatoes, like an 89 user score. Like, I don't get it. I've seen other professional wrestling movies that were way better than this. A lot better than this. And I don't even like professional wrestling, right? Like, I don't like it that much, but I like those movies. This movie wasn't a likable movie to me. And I understand why some people would like it. I can understand if like a younger crowd would like it. But for me, as like a film buff and like seeing what's going on, I just didn't dig this movie. Like I said, it was basically a Disney movie with a little bit of crude humor in it and a couple adult themes. Like, that's all it was. It could have been on Disney. It could have been on the CW. it could have been made for TV, or they could have went straight to DVD for this. Wide release, I don't understand. Honestly, I think WW was cutting checks. There you go. People will like this movie, I guess. I don't see how, like, really, the critics I look up to, I don't understand how they thought this was a good movie. Like, this was really bad. Or maybe it just wasn't for me. I'm not sure, but not for me at all. I'm going to give this one like a 4 out of 10. Hot garbage.